Hey guys, well, we are in the midst of quite an intense week. We are still in a lot of the residual energy of the moon activating the Saturn Uranus square that we have in effect yesterday, also Pluto and Venus in conjunction, and Mars in the south node as we build towards the exact square between Saturn and Uranus is coming at us on the 24th. And today, just to add a little more flavor into the mix, we are back in some big time black moon energetics. This whole cycle, granted, has been very black moon themed because our new moon in Sagittarius was opposed to the black moon this cycle, this go around. But today we have a moon in Gemini coming to set us up for our full moon over the next couple days. It's going to be happening on the 18th, triggering those black moon energetics again. Welcome back to the shadow side, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday, December 16th, 2021. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook for the day. Black moon, name of the game again today, guys. This is something that we've been working through all month. Like I said, there's a major galactic cosmic push going on right now to really help us essentially hack our own programming, our own internal codes, and really bring us some conscious awareness of sort of the algorithms that have been running subconsciously behind the scenes under the surface of things, and the significance and the power that that has really held in driving our conscious experiences, our reality, our relationships, the circumstances we find ourselves in. Universe right now, and like I said, over the course of this entire cycle, and now as we head towards the full moon in a couple of days, is really trying to shine some light into the shadows for us. Remember, we also just recently had this solar eclipse as well that was in alignment with that full moon, or that new moon that was opposite to the black moon. And now here we are halfway through the process and coming towards our full moon. And again, we are having these black moon energetics activated. And why is that happening? Well, that's happening because the black moon is currently located in the sign of Gemini. And whenever we have specifically the moon coming into the sign where the black moon is placed, or the sign opposing the black moon, it triggers the black moon energetics within us and collectively. And when we have a new moon cycle that is directly opposite the black moon, that tells us that the entire evolution of this few weeks of this cycle is really about helping us to gain that conscious awareness of our shadow side issues, our subconscious programming, the subliminal aspects of our psyche that really represent this powerful driving force in creating our reality when we are not conscious that that is what is happening behind the scenes. So all the energy, this whole cycle, well, not all of it, because there's a lot of other stuff going on the side, but one of the fundamental things that this Sagittarius cycle has been trying to do, Sagittarius also being the sign of truth and expanded viewpoint and perception and philosophy, is to help us really gain a greater understanding of the truth of our own subconscious issues and the results that that has had in contributing to less than desirable experiences a lot of times in our life, as we just continue to bang our head against this wall, consciously wanting one thing but being unaware of the desires and the needs of these unconscious motivating factors. And if we don't know that's going on, we can't break through that, and we can't become really the conductors of our lives and replace that faulty programming with a code that is actually beneficial and supportive of our growth and evolution, and not one that is trying to alleviate our traumas in one way or another. We are coming out of victimhood and into self-mastery as we transcend into the age of Aquarius, and all the energy right now is pushing us in that direction. And yet again today, you guys, we are in a period of having to go back into the darkness, having to shine the light into the shadows, and having to really hack our own algorithms to figure out where the problems are and resolve them, reprogram, reformat our own subconscious mind so that we can truly begin to attract the things that we want and desire into our lives going forward, in correspondence with this grand energetic and vibrational shift that is really helping to make it happen for us. So let's talk about the specifics in terms of the energetics for today. Like I said, we are still, aside from the black moon energy that we have going on, we have a lot of residual energy carrying over from the aspects that were in effect yesterday. We do still start the day with the moon in Taurus, ruled by Venus, talking about the Venus-Pluto conjunction going on right now, which is trying to help us to gain a better understanding and come back into a realignment with the truth of our own value and where we've been giving our power away to receive some type of external validation or protection or support that we thought we needed because we didn't realize that we really have the resources and the creative potential and the value within ourselves to really provide that for ourselves and no longer give our power away. That is what this Venus-Pluto conjunction is trying to do. And then we also have Saturn and Uranus in a 1-degree orb square. And this is building to that big date, December 24th. Aside from Christmas Eve, it's also could be delivering some other gifts for us this year in terms of helping us to really break free from any self-limiting structures that we have built in our lives based on that faulty programming that has been operating up until this point. Any, prison that we may find ourselves in right now in and of our own creation based on decisions and choices that we made out of a lack of conscious awareness of why we were really doing it or what was motivating at the time. Again, bring in the black moon, gaining awareness so that we can rectify this situation, come back into alignment with the Venus-Pluto thing, the truth of our internal value, our self-love, our self-worth, the resources that we hold inside of us, the power that represents for us to really be self-generating and not need to rely on that external validation, those external supports to give us what we truly hold inside of us and we've always had anyways. And now that we are gaining this greater perspective based on seeing the truth of our own shadows and where this has sabotaged us and held us back, and making the conscious choice to fix our problems, to heal ourselves, to overcome our trauma, and to evolve vibrationally and spiritually so that we can go on this pursuit that is promising us, especially at this point in time with the position of the North Node, blessings and abundance and fulfillment. In alignment, though, with our truth and authenticity and that personal, creative, authentic value and potential that we hold inside of us. So all of that still being represented today by the energy. Like I said, the moon starts the day in Taurus, again, bringing up and still very emblematic of these themes that were in effect yesterday. And we also have Mars. Mars has moved out of exact conjunction with the South Node, but he's still there, only 1 degree away, and he will be there tomorrow. And then, it'll take Mars a while to truly move out of conjunction with this South Node in a way that, stops this vibration from being disseminated as much. So we are still dealing with Mars and the South Node as well. So it could be another, potentially difficult day, and there's a lot of the same energy in effect today, although, like I said, there's a little bit of different flavor going on because we do have this emphasis of the black moon today. And remember, the degree in the sky where the black moon is right now, 17 degrees of Gemini, that Sabian symbol or that degree described in a picture form, in a symbolic form, so that we can just get a better idea of the specific nature of that degree and how it operates on a frequency basis. That degree is the head of a robust youth changes into that of a mature thinker. So even the degree placement of the black moon right now is talking about this mental evolution, this conscious evolution that is going on, that is really helping us to mature our thought processes, the way that we're using our mind, which is very powerful at this point in time as we move into the age of Aquarius, the age of self-knowledge, the age of self-enlightenment, the age of self-empowerment and self-mastery, where we begin to realize the true magnitude, the true power that our thoughts, our conscious thoughts actually, and our subconscious thoughts especially, actually do have the power of the creative mind and the creative potential that thoughts represent in this reality. Thoughts become things. And as we are going into the age of Aquarius, this is an air sign, very, very much about the cerebral space and the cognition and the consciousness and the thoughts, and the collective consciousness is going to be really gaining a different relationship with how we use our mind and the power of our thoughts and the power of our mind. And again, another reason why we have to go through this subconscious algorithm clearing so that we can begin to use our minds in a way that is more conducive to the power that it truly represents, especially as we move into this new air paradigm where thoughts are really going to be, I mean, information is going to be the new currency going forward. Thoughts are going to become really powerful facets of our conscious creation and of our reality. So this shift, this mental shift is very important. All of this black moon subconscious clearing is very important. Conscious awareness that we're gaining is very important. And with the black moon even being at this specific degree, the black moon placement itself symbolically is talking about this process as well. So even though, this may be a painful process, a difficult process, a scary process where we really have to face our fears, the outcome is realizing that they really truly were always just an illusion based on a backwards mindset, a faulty mindset that we didn't even know that we had. And so this is being rectified right now in correspondence with a whole bunch of other things, but this is a really fundamental, integral part of that process. And like I said, it's interesting the degree of the black moon right now herself is speaking specifically about this process. So energy today is again helping us to gain awareness of our shadows, our own darkness, the subconscious forces within us that control our inner dialogue, behavior, and vibration when we are not consciously aware of them. This lunar cycle, like I said, the Sag cycle that we are in right now is bringing us through a process of cracking our own subconscious codes and hacking our own mainframe to find these faulty programs running under the surface of things so that we can consciously recalibrate, reformat, and reprogram our own systems, which by proxy also reprograms the external experiences that we bring and draw and attract into our life in our external reality as a result of the resonance principle, the mirror effect, the law of vibration, whatever you want to call it. As we go through this shift internally, our external reality has no choice but to start shifting in correspondence with that as well, because that's just how it works. Whatever vibration we are holding inside of us, we are bound by universal law to attract that to us externally as well. So even if we are not consciously thinking about it, but if we are holding on to fear or, hurt or wounding or betrayal or pain or abandonment or any of these more negative feelings, subconsciously, we are bound to attract more people, situations, and scenarios into our lives that perpetuate these feelings and re-trigger these initial wounds in order so that we can, universe is really through this trying to bring us conscious awareness of them and bring us to a point of forgiveness and being able to release and rectify these subconscious issues that are keeping us in this state of drawing in these experiences. But once we go through this shift, the same thing still applies. When we are embodying forgiveness, when we are embodying love, when we are embodying, hope and faith and optimism and trust and, the knowing, the self-knowledge, the self-empowerment, the self-mastery, we are bound by the laws of this reality to draw more of that love, more of that forgiveness, more of that abundance, more of that truth to ourselves externally. And this is how that shift happens again. It's literally just the laws of this reality working in conjunction with these vibrational shifts going on that really have this amazing ability right now to totally realign our entire external reality in correspondence with a paradigm shift, which is what's going on. So it's all so significant. We are just in very, very important times right now for our entire collective human family. We are releasing past trauma, hurt, and wounding now, especially with that Mars conjunct the South Node, and especially with Venus in conjunction to Pluto pertaining to relationships, partnerships, or finances, also self-worth, personal value, authority, our relationship to authority and authority figures, as well as long-standing power and control dynamics and establishments and stuff like that. All of these things coming up right now may be triggering some very painful wounding, especially in regards to these things from the past, but it is coming up so that we can gain a conscious awareness of it, let it go, release it, tie up loose ends, move on, and begin to get excited about and embrace the potential that the future holds for abundance and fulfillment in alignment with our authentic truth. we are discovering, like I've said several times, how our own bad programming drew these negative experiences and circumstances to us so that it would force us to come into this process, this hero's journey, and get this wake-up call to the truth and change our programming, what I've been talking about, our attitudes, our beliefs, our mindset, our relationship to ourself, our relationship to God, universe, and the divine, and literally all that is possible. This is a year that is all about gaining lost opportunities based on an internal shift and coming back into the truth of our own self-worth, our own self-love, our own self-value, the power that represents, and an internal reintegration of the divine feminine, the divine masculine archetypes within us that brings us back into this place of self-empowerment, internal wholeness, and gaining a conscious awareness of that power that truly represents. And then as we are breaking away from the things that aren't in alignment with us and realigning with the truth of our authentic creative potential and who we were always meant to be, this is activating our destiny, which will draw to us and attract to us the things that we need to continue that pursuit and the opportunities that we may have never thought possible for us because of, XYZ bad decisions somewhere along the line. Anything is possible in this new energetic. It's a brand new frontier. It is a blank slate. It is a whole new world. It's a brand new paradigm. And our ability to shift into alignment with ourselves and to align with the path that universe put us here to align with and to activate our destiny, there is no other outcome than for it to result in some type of ultimate fulfillment. But it takes a lot of trust. It takes a leap of faith, and it takes just the faith and the trust and the belief in ourselves and in the alignment with God and the divine, and knowing that if we are on track, if we are being who we were meant to be and contributing and serving in the way that we were meant to, that there is no other way that it can go than we receive that back in a way that fills us with so much love and abundance and fulfillment that we never could have experienced when we were living a life that was based on someone else's ideals or someone else's systems or structures that had been put in place and we felt like we needed to rely or depend on for our own comfort, security, abundance, whatever. With Uranus and Taurus right now, that is what is being rectified. With Venus and Pluto together, that is what is being rectified. With Mars in the South Node, we are having the opportunity to actively release this negative energy that we've been carrying with us from the past so that we can go through this vibrational shift and come to the place where truly anything is possible for us based on what we can attract because of the vibration that we are holding inside of us, based on all of this work, all of this clearing, all of this reprogramming, all of this forgiveness, all of this release. So that's what it is. Again, though, the energy, and it's interesting too because of the position of the sun and the earth today in the context of everything I just said. We have the sun at 26 degrees of Sagittarius today. That Sabian symbol is a flag bearer in battle. And then we have the earth today at 26 degrees of Gemini, winter frost in the woods. So this is kind of saying, in the context of all of this and this black moon energy today, we are actually ready to stand up for and fight for what we believe in. And we just may be feeling a little iced out right now. Things may seem a little bit, frozen or delicate, or we may just be feeling like lacking, the true emotional feeling. And we might be feeling a little bit emotionally cold today. That's probably the best way that I could interpret this energetic. There's just a little bit of frost in the woods. People might be feeling a little bit cold today, but simultaneously ready to stand up for what they believe in, ready to show their true colors, align with their truth, and ready to fight for what resonates with that. And that is, so that makes sense in the context of this black moon energy being triggered today and this battle that we are really fighting against our own demons, our own darkness, to break free from the illusions that we have been operating under and come back to the truth and the clarity of our own authenticity and the real reason that we were put here in the best way and capacity that we can truly serve humanity going into the age of Aquarius, and therefore receive back that abundance as a reflection of what we give and what we serve based on our own authentic truth. with the black moon again being activated by the moon, again, just to reiterate, because that's what I do, we are facing the darkness again so it can be dissipated by the light of conscious awareness. And remember, the head of a robust youth, just somebody who's kind of like gung-ho and not really thinking things too clearly, just really operating out of that subconscious programming, changes into that of a mature thinker, changes into somebody who can self-analyze, self-reflect, introspect, and, become truly aware of what is driving and motivating their own behavior, and the importance, the power, and the significance of being able to have a mature relationship to our own mind and our own thoughts, mastery over our own thoughts, where we're going with this eventually when we come out the other side. And this is going to be a few days. The black moon is starting its transit of Gemini today. It's going to be all day tomorrow. And then we have our full moon in Gemini and Sagittarius coming on, coming on Saturday. So this is going to be carrying through the next 3 days. And then when we get that full moon, that is going to be another black moon energetic, because the moon will still be in Gemini with that black moon. And that's going to be the full moon, full exposure, full release, and halfway through this new moon and Sag cycle that was opposite the black moon. So we will be about halfway through this process of integrating our shadows and slaying our demons. By the time we get to the full moon this weekend, and this energy is kicking off now, just to add to our basket of tricks that we are working with as we close out, as we carry through the rest of December, and this really big show grand finale energy that we have going on. The moon, though, you guys, today we're actually, and I haven't mentioned this yet, this is also simultaneously a very fated window period of time, because with the moon coming into early Gemini, that is where the north and the south node are currently, 2 degrees of Gemini and Sagittarius. Remember, Mars is right there with the south node in Sagittarius too. So in the midst of this black moon energy being activated, and the Saturn Uranus square, and the Venus Pluto conjunction, and the Mars south node, now we have our lovely moon coming into the conjunction and opposition with the nodes in Mars. This is, again, representing very fated endings that is trying to emotionally align us with the opportunities for evolution and for fulfillment going forward once we can go through this painful release that is represented by Mars at the south node. Very fated endings and also beginnings with this, the moon and the north node, come from what we are discovering with this black moon energy staring into the shadows this cycle, and what painful emotions from the past must be released to receive the blessings and opportunities the future wants to align us with. Remember, although we currently have the south node right now at the ocean covered with whitecaps talking about some turbulent, volatile emotions possibly going on, we have the north node at 2 degrees of Gemini, Santa Claus furtively filling stockings hanging by the fireplace. We have an open stocking that is waiting to be filled with gifts and blessings and abundance from Santa Claus. And it's so funny because Santa Claus is an archetype that resonates to Jupiter, and we're in the Sagittarius cycle that is ruled by Jupiter. And so, this realignment with the truth and all this that we're working through right now is really specifically verbatim via the symbolism, in effect, trying to align us and bring us towards our open stocking being filled with gifts from the divine. But we have to get through this South Node Mars release, reprogramming, and breakthrough Saturn and Uranus into a realignment with our authentic truth so that we can have that. And it's being activated again today. This is a very fated day. I mean, we're in a fated period right now coming out of all of these eclipses, but today with the moon lining up with the nodes, there could be some fated things happening today as well. So pay attention for that, and also more of that fated ending energy. Things that are ending right now, regardless of how painful it feels, it is for the best. I am telling you, do not resist it. Do not cling to it. Do not make excuses for it. Do not try to fight against it, because under these energetics, anything that is leaving because it is a blessing in disguise, and trying to fight or resist against that right now is likely to do a lot more damage to you and what you want and your desires going forward into the future. When universe is trying to give us a gift, even if we don't perceive it that way at the moment, we have to accept it, because if we don't, we're going to get it anyways, but it's probably going to be an even more difficult and tumultuous experience. So that is my word of advice and wisdom on dealing with Uranus. And I have a lot of experience with dealing with Uranus. So, yeah, just putting that out there. So yeah, with more faded energy today for sure, with these nodes also being activated. The last thing that I really want to talk about today is another interesting thing that we have going on in the sky officially now, and that's that all of the planets are grouped on one side of the zodiac. From Sagittarius through Gemini, we have a stacked zodiac. From Gemini through Sagittarius, we got nothing. So all of the energy in all of our zodiac right now is focused on one side of the zodiac. And it's interesting again because it happens to be the side of the zodiac that is pertaining to the culmination and the ending of things, and also a brand new fresh start and a brand new beginning. Sagittarius, we have Sagittarius, and then we have Capricorn, and then we have Aquarius, and then we have Pisces. Those are the last signs in the zodiac. That is when things come to a culmination and a completion so that a rebirth can occur. And then we have Aries, and then we have Taurus, and then we have Gemini. Those are the first three signs of the zodiac, talking about a brand new evolutionary course, a rebirth, a fresh start, and something. And with all of these planets grouped in the last signs and the first signs at this point in time, this is indicating to me an ending of one thing and a rebirth into a higher octave of something new, moving up the evolutionary spiral. And what are we doing? We are in the very, very, we are going through the birthing process right now of the age of Aquarius. We are concluding a 2,000-year-long paradigm right now, and we are going through an energetic and vibrational shift and evolving energetically and consciously into a new form of interacting with ourselves, with universe, with God, and with our own reality. We are going up like a rung on the evolutionary spiral, and it's just interesting to me that as we now head towards this big, the big show that's coming in the end of December, and then towards the conclusion of this astrological lunar year, the entrance into the age of Aquarius, even the positioning of all the planets as we close it out is specifically talking about gaining wisdom, things like coming to the highest point of things coming to a conclusion, merging back with spirit, and then coming up to a higher level of evolution for a brand new fresh start and like a new beginning. And it's just everything is just fitting together and telling this message as we go through this energetic shift. So very interesting. Now, I already said the black moon energy will carry through to the full moon. This will be a really huge opportunity for us to really be releasing these shadow side issues, these traumas, and these subconscious issues that have been plaguing us. But, another thing that we have to remember, because the black moon is in Gemini right now, and Gemini rules polarities, it rules the mind. This is just something to watch out for, be triggering some big polarities collectively within us, and also like on the world stage. Could be a lot of arguing, debating, people just very strongly polarized about things. Also could bring up a lot of mental health issues, cognitive dissonance for sure, people not being able to accept the reality that is being presented to them. Projection is another big one, anxiety, panic, fears, as all of these black moon issues, fears and shadows are really being triggered and rising to the surface, so that we have the opportunity to see them, to understand them, to release them, to move on, and to come back into the truth of our own self-empowerment and the realization that there never has really been anything to fear anyways. So that's what I have. And also I wanted to say, if you guys are struggling with this, do some research on YouTube. There is so much information on the subconscious mind, how to, deprogram and reprogram your own subconscious mind. And it's just very important, body of knowledge to understand right now, because it is really one of the foundational changes and shifts that we are gaining conscious awareness of and need to have happen at this period of time so that we can make this energetic and vibrational shift. So that's what I have for the astrology today. Before I run out of time, I want to talk about the tarot cards. that I got today to clarify the collective energy. We got a whole story going on today, guys. I was shuffling. A whole bunch of cards came out. So let me just let me just get through this. These are the cards that we got today. We got the 8 of Pentacles. We got the 5 of Wands. We got the King of Cups. We got the 7 of Swords in reverse, and we got the 9 of Cups in reverse. And then on the back of the deck, we had the 9 of Wands. So I know this is a lot of cards. So just to sort of make a long story short, this is how I'm reading it in terms of where we're at really with the collective energy today. The 8 of Pentacles, this is all about getting to work on something, working hard, working diligently on something. So we are putting in the work. And what are we putting in the work to? Well, the 5 of Wands, this is a card of standing up for yourself, not being afraid, and fighting back against something. This also represents conflict. So, and then after that, we have we had the King of Cups coming up, but this was the midpoint card. So we will get back to this one. But after that, we had the 7 of Swords in reverse. So really, what we are working hard at and fighting against is anything that's been stealing our power. We are not allowing this card, the 7 of Swords, has a lot to do with like betrayal or being manipulated or lied to or deceived or someone stealing your power in some type of a way. But when it's in reverse, we are not allowing this to happen anymore. So what we are working hard on is fighting back against anything that has been stealing our power or deceiving us. And with the 9 of Cups in reverse, the Wish card in reverse, simultaneously keeping us away from our wishes, keeping us out of the unlimited abundance and wish fulfillment that we truly want and need, what we really want with our conscious mind. And then, we have the King of Cups, which is representing that ultimate fulfillment that we are after. And with the 9 of Wands on the back of the deck, this is telling me that we are battered, we are bruised, we are the wounded warrior at this point in time. But this card is all about perseverance. This is about not giving up. This is about finding the strength and the willpower and the tenacity and the courage to keep moving. And then when I picked up that card, we actually had the Queen of Swords under the end, under that. So ultimately, what this all is saying to me is that right now, collectively, humanity, we are really working hard on fighting back against anything that has been stealing our power and keeping us out of being able to manifest what we truly wish, hope, and dream for. We are not giving up. We are having the tenacity and the willpower and the perseverance, and we are standing up for ourselves, standing up for our truth, and not being afraid to cut ourselves free in a kind of logical way. But the reason is because we want this ultimate fulfillment, this ultimate love. We want this King of Cups energy. We want our cup completely full with all that we could hope and wish and dream for. And we want this Wish card upside down rectified. So very interesting message coming through in the tarot today. I'm going to quickly grab a synchronicity card for us because I only have about another less than a minute. This is a message from God meant to find us right now. And oh my God, you guys, it says forget the past. Remember yet not the former things, Isaiah 43:18, walk in love, Ephesians 5:2. What have I been talking about this whole time? Strive for goodwill to all men, exhibit good spirit, and salute God and all those you meet. Forget the past is dead. Nothing matters but this moment. Change your present thoughts and keep them changed, and you will change your destiny. Crack that algorithm. That is what we're doing, staring into the shadows so that we can come back to the truth of the light. Have a wonderful day, everybody. See you tomorrow.